Coming up on Mountain News this morning, ARH begins a new campaign to help people in our region who are still recovering after the flood. And as cold temperatures stick around, auto experts ask you to pay closer attention to your car in case winter weather causes some issues.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning to you. It is almost 5 o'clock on your Thursday. I'm Dakota Makris. Good morning to you. And speaking of cars, if you've already looked outside this morning, you might notice there's some snow on yours if you're parked outside. Let's head over to Brandon for a look at our forecast. Brandon, our producer, texted me. She said, FYI, it's snowing. I thought it's just a little flurry. It'll be fine. No. I opened up that front door. I thought, man.
Listen, and here's the thing. If anybody says they expected this much snow, they're lying to you, because I didn't expect it. The weather team didn't expect it. And again, this is just a situation that it came out of nowhere. I was driving in this morning white-knuckled because there were times I couldn't even see the lines on the road. I mean, the rumble strip saved me this morning. So again, be extra careful if you're going to be out this morning. Let's go to live pinpoint Doppler radar, especially in the southern counties. So I'm going to draw a line on the radar here for you to kind of give you an idea of who's seeing the worst of it right now. So basically, if you live south of this line, which is basically the Hal Rogers Parkway and down, that and the Highway 80 corridor, you're seeing it's pouring out of the sky. The darker the blue means the heavier the snow. So again, be extra careful out there this morning. It is also causing some visibility issues down to 1 mile, Pikeville, Logan, Harlan, London, anything less than 5 miles on this map, which also includes Wise, Jonesville, and Williamsburg. Heavy snow or dense fog. Temperatures are right there, upper 20s, low 30s. Jonesville just a touch warmer, so they might be seeing a little bit of a cold rain over there. Harlan right there on the transition line, so we're going to continue to watch them. But everybody else is at freezing or below, so most of it will be snow this morning. So again, if you're living south of the Hal Rogers Parkway or Highway 80 corridor, please be careful out there this morning. Roads snow covered and slick, and it happened fast overnight. Okay, out the door forecast, we're going to see that mix and snow wrap up this afternoon to some clearing skies. Now, it won't clear completely out till tomorrow, but I do think the moisture will stop by later this afternoon. Dakota?
We have some breaking news for you this morning out of Breathitt County. Kentucky State Police Post 13 tells us Highway 15 is closed in Jackson due to an early morning crash. The Jackson Police Department says the crash happened near Brewers Drive. We are currently working to find out more about the situation. We'll keep you updated as soon as we learn more. People are still finding ways to help 6 months after flooding impacted many here in the mountains. Our Jordan Mullins has more with ARH about its newest fundraiser and how it will help those impacted by last year's floods.
In July 2022, flooding rocked much of eastern Kentucky, and ARH was one of many organizations reaching out to those who were in need.
ARH has distributed over 6.5 million pounds of supplies since the advent of the flood, and we have already distributed $1.3 million to individuals to support their recovery.
Now, 6 months after the floods, folks are still in the recovery process.
Yes, it's been 6 months, but that is, and when we look at long-term recovery, you know, we're probably looking at another year at least. You know, even though, wow, that was last year, that should be over, it's not.
And ARH is still helping its communities. On Wednesday, ARH began its newest flood relief fundraiser called Hearts for Hope.
Every community trust bank in the area, as well as local KFCs and Long John Silver's, have little cards with hearts on them, and any customer can come in and make a donation to the flood relief efforts,
with all proceeds going to long-term recovery groups across the region.
It's hugely important because we need those funds to try to help connect people to get them the help that they need so they can get back to some kind of normal.
Helping these groups meet the needs of those who still have yet to recover. In Floyd County, Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
You can donate or find out more about the ARH Foundation online at arh.org/donate. Well, things are looking up for one Letcher County business now that it is reopening following the flood. Floodwater ravaged the Isom Vendors Mall, threatening the livelihood of the owners, workers, and the 65 vendors who had items within the business. The mall's owner, Crystal Watson, says there were only a handful of workers and a generous lumber donation from a local distribution site that helped the business get to where it is now.
Honestly, I would have to just sit down and do some totals, but we have depleted every source of savings, loans, everything, just to try to get back open.
Watson says this reopening could offer a sense of hope to other businesses that they too can come back better than before. More than $52 million was raised to help Western Kentucky tornado victims. Some people not impacted by the tornadoes, though, say they have received $1,000 relief checks mailed directly to them. Governor Andy Beshear said his administration authorized $1,000 checks to be sent to anyone who filed a claim with FEMA or private insurance companies during the tornadoes. But now it appears there may be some fraud at play.
These are dollars that we were really blessed that people provided, and I feel good about how we've put them to use. Now, we'll work to find any dollar that went somewhere that it shouldn't have and to get it back. But there are a lot of people out there that rightfully receive those checks that are helping their families.
Officials with the Public Protection Cabinet says they sent out 10,040 checks. 184 were canceled, which is about 1.8%. Officials say they are still giving out funds following the state's accounting practices. As it gets colder outside, staying warm might not be the only problem you have. Your car might have problems with the chilly temperatures too. To prepare for the winter, car technicians say the cold weather targets very specific parts of the car.
Brakes, batteries, and tires in the wintertime.
Poor battery health is the thing mechanics have seen the most this season, and they say to make sure you run your car every day and that the battery is charged. Well, thank you so much for getting your Thursday morning started with this Hero Mountain News this morning. Coming up, a group of Jeep enthusiasts come to the rescue down in Texas to help drivers who became stranded due to winter weather.
It's your weather moving through here this morning as heavy bands of snow moving through the southern counties. I'll track it all out for you coming up here in about 3 minutes.